All right, guys. Hey, Jeff Ryan here. To start this video off, I have to pay homage to each and every one of my viewers. I've said it before. I've said it many times. You guys are incredible. I've got so many emails that came in wishing me and my family well before the storm, giving me some encouragement literally before the storm. I had people giving me on the YouTube making donations by giving special thanks. I had people here on PayPal donating money. I can't thank each one of you guys enough. Thomas Poundheart, we've had a good rapport for years. I want you and your family doing well. Mark, Buck, you're like my brother from another mother. We're like separated at birth. Mark is a great guy. He's up in Ontario. I love Mark to death. Eugene, we go back a ways. You've been a viewer of mine, and I've always appreciated seeing your comments, and you made one here. I hope you can get the funds to repair your house with your help, guys. We're doing just that. Walter, once again, one of the greatest people. Walter is a wonderful human being. Walter is a gentleman who gave me a green AC Cobra that didn't have any factory accents on it, and I say gave. That's the kind of heart Walter has. Michael, Oliver, friends, I'm going to say more than friends. Thank you. Terry Woods, Terry, my respect for you, immeasurable, sir. Your work, the things that you do, absolutely amazing. I can't thank you enough. Beth Schimmel, I know it's your husband who's a viewer. I know this is your account, but I can't thank you again enough. You guys are just absolutely wonderful. Mark, the dude, I've always loved your avatar. Being a Husky owner myself, I've always liked your avatar. Once again, guys, special thanks to everybody. The comments, the well-wishing, the texts, the donations, just everything. You guys rock. All right, on to the video. All right, very good. On to the redo video. Guys, have you ever had a project or a something you're doing and it came out good, and there's a bit of a learning curve? So good is, I don't want to say not acceptable, but you can do better now. I've had a hankering to get to one of my slot cars that I learned a lot on. And the slot car actually means a lot to me. It was one of the ones that we had Christmas morning growing up. I was 5 years old, and my brother Eric, he gravitated towards the Batmobile. My brother Kevin loved the Jaguars, and there was this red convertible Mustang that it had my name all over it. Now, see the windshield? When I tried to redo the windshield, look how shoddily I glued it in. The guy, if I remember correctly, there's like bubbles in him, like on his hands or something like that. And when I made the boot, I didn't sand it down enough. It's way too thick. The bumpers, I'll take it out here in just a second. The bumpers, they look like they've got a little bit of black on them. And years ago, I had to have been probably in my 20s, and I found a gentleman who could re-chrome the bumpers. Well, I had that done years ago, and it looks like they're starting to get some black on them. Might address those too. But I've always wanted a second shot at seeing how well I can get this convertible to come out. And if I'm not mistaken, and I'll have to check, God, it's been years. We might have screw post issues and whatnot, but let me go ahead and pull it out. We'll get into it. I've always thought, I just know I can do better. I know I can do better. And the windshield, it's hard for me to look at the way it's glued on and everything. First thing I need to do is take the body off the chassis. Just got the body off the chassis, and not what I thought I was recalling. I thought I had replaced the front screw post or something like that, but the back one has a bit of a crack. Any body work that I'm going to do on it now, the first thing I'm going to do is just thinking about it's been so long that chassis probably hadn't been oiled or tuned up in years. The first thing I want to do, again, I want to take it to the sink. I want to get everything washed up. And through the years, I have changed glues. I don't recall what I glued everything there up with, but now I use the Scotch Maximum Strength adhesive. So maybe, like if you use a, like an Elmer's glue, something that should be for wood, and you use Elmer's glue, it'll hot water, warm water will get the parts apart, and you can just get the glue residuals off. So I don't know what I used years ago. I'm hoping that the warm water will get some of these parts off. All right, guys, let me grab the sink, get over the sink, and I will start washing this bugger up. Was just coming back in from the sink, shirt dry and everything. Hit the trifecta, guys. The guy came off with like little effort. The boot, my thumbnail got that off, and the windshield, I pulled or tugged, and it came off. And what's nice about it is that the glue residuals are more on the windshield than the body. Thank goodness. And I don't know what kind of glue it was. I do not know what kind of glue it was. Okay, I'm not going to use these parts again. I'm not satisfied with them. You know what I should do? I should probably check to see if the bumpers come off. If I can pry the bumpers off, boy, that'll be a home run. Let me get one of these little screwdrivers, see if I can get them off. Nailed it. The water had to loosen those up too. I just poked the corner of the screwdriver in the holes here, or the back of it rather, and they just come right out. They just come right out. The back bumper with a little pry, boom, right off. Okay, let me look for some alternative parts. Gathering some of the parts, the front bumper is one that I stripped down and sprayed with the Revell Chrome. The back bumper is from Rather Boring on eBay. So is the glass, so is that boot if I'm not mistaken. But then I thought, what color guy would go with the red there? And I'm looking at the dark green, no, the dark blue, no. And I'm going back and forth. And I even looked at some of the references. And gray, yeah, I get it. I've seen the off-white, yeah, I get it. But you see that blue right there, that light blue? I'm gonna put that in there. I think that's a pretty good contrast. I really do. I'm considering going with that one. Boy, back over here, I was thinking, it's time to glue things up. And my consideration was, again, I was a kid, and I tried to do the silver accents. And again, I think they're shoddy at best. I really do. So I'm wondering if I go ahead and take those off, I bet you I can redo them to look a whole lot better. They're more of a gray than a silver, and I think I probably used some Tester's paint when I was a kid to try to, increase the accents here. So let me see if I can go ahead and get started cleaning those up. All right, as far as addressing the silver there, what I want to do is I want to get some of the easy off, and this is the kind that I use. I know there's an extra strength or something, different color can, but I'm going to spray some in the cup there, and then I'm going to get a Q-tip, and I'm just going to dab it on the side where the, or on both sides rather, where the old silver paint is. See if I can get that off. Here's a telltale sign that it's going to work. I just sprayed the easy off in there, but you see that little bit of silver, I just barely brushed it on the car there, so I know that the easy off is going to work real good. All right, let me get after it. All right, I think I did a pretty good job. It looks like it's off, and I'm going to take it to the sink right now and rinse the easy off the body here. If I've got to do any more, I will after I get it done rinsed off. Coming back from the sink, looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Got the stripes off. I did some on the door handle, the little emblem up front, got both sides done. I'm going to further dry it just a little bit more. Kind of dried off pretty good. And I grabbed the red hard top, and I was just looking at where the silver accents are, and boy, they faded off this one too. Not completely. I put the stripe down at the bottom. Yeah, I got that. The door handle, and then the two emblems there on the side. That looks to be about it. What I want to do as far as that stripe there on the side, I want to get the frog tape and tape that off. I want to make sure I do a good job on that. Let me go and get the tape. Got the first piece of tape on there, and I got as straight as I could. I think that's going to be fine. I'm gonna do the other side the same way. All right, got them both taped up, both sides taped up. I got the Molotov chrome pens. I'm probably going to use the 2mm instead of the 4. I don't need a fat. I'm just going to go ahead and swipe across them. When I get the tape off, I'll be able to do the door handle and the emblems on the side there as well. Just took the tape off, got the stripes on it. I'm going to hit the door and both those little emblems there right now with the Molotov. Okay, got the silver accents on. I got to turn this upside down and just let it dry right now. I was just looking at it and got the accents on. It is time to start gluing this bugger back up. It really is. I did, you can probably tell, I was buffing it out in my shirt here just a bit ago. It's not a high luster or anything like that, but I just started, from the easy off and then rinse it off with soap and water. I just wanted to put a little shine on the plastic. All right, let's go ahead and start, get this thing look like a good looking Mustang. One of the things I like to do before I start gluing everything up there is I want to dry fit everything. Well, I know the driver fits. How about the windshield, the front and back bumpers? I just want to make sure everything's good to go before I get the glue out and get the glue on the parts. You know what? Wow, tell me that doesn't look good. Look at that front bumper. Look at that. That was one I stripped, and then I used the Revell chrome on that. The sides, everything. I like the guy in it, the boot, back, everything fits. All right, I'm going to take everything apart and re-glue it. Wow, here we go. Okay, everything I glued is going to dry there for a bit. I'm going to take a look at the chassis, see if anything needs to be cleaned or oiled up. Just tearing apart the chassis really doesn't look too bad. Got a little bit of a grime in there. I do want to take my Dremel with the wire brush there. I want to take it to the bottom of the chassis, get that looking better. I want to take it to the brush springs, get those refreshed. I'm going to do the shoes and the bottom of the comm plate. Not bad, not bad. Wow, you still see the copper through it. So again, just a bit of a cleaning with the wire brush. I'm going to wipe the inside out of the chassis here. Probably use a Q-tip to do that. And then I'll get the brushes clean. You guys have seen how I did that. You just wipe them on the paper, both sides, and it gets the oil and the carbon, the loose carbon off and all that stuff. All right, let me go ahead and get at it. Got the chassis cleaned up. The shoes are done. The top plate and the pardon me, bottom of the comm plate. Look at that, absolutely wonderful. I neglected to look at or to clean the brushes. Now that I'm looking at them, let me go ahead and take care of those real quick. Once again, you guys seen me do it. You just take the brush or brushes and you can just clean them like that. And you see all the stuff that comes off there? I'm not pressing hard. I'm just trying to get the gunk off. Okay, let me start oiling everything back up and I'll put this chassis back together. I don't even know if I noticed it, but I did now. The Hong Kong sticker's still on there. You know what? Hong Kong sticker's still on there. I don't dislike them, but it always seems like they slide off. You know what? Oh, much better. Yeah, that sounds good. Didn't sound bad before, but when you get everything, pardon me, cleaned up and oil out, it just sounds so smooth. Warming up good. All right, fantastic. I am just chomping on the bit to put these together. I'm going to let everything dry on the body here, so I got to give it some time. Tell you what, I know everything's well dry enough by now. I'm going to go ahead and put the body on the chassis. We're going to get it on the track here in just a sec. I love it sitting there. I love it. Boy, that looks good. It is track time, guys. Let's get on the track and see what we get. There you go. There you go. I can't even open it up. Let me get it on the big track. Just straight away, let's go. Yeah, that chassis is running absolutely wonderful. Looks good too. Looks good. This is, again, a project I was wanting to get to for literally decades. It was one of the ones that I thought, hey, listen, if I want to get into restoring them, let's try to restore it. And at best, I did a shoddy job. Made the guy, the boot, the windshield, it was just a learning curve. It was an absolute learning curve. And now, I'm glad I had a second shot. That looks fantastic. And I like the blue. Look at the blue driver. That looks wonderful. The side accents, everything. Look at it. It's just awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I am so glad I decided to do a redo on there. I was never happy. Even when I was doing it as a kid, I remember it's like, oh God, okay, well I can see the glue in the windshield. Now it's just, anybody would love to have that in their collection. The down on the bottom there, the chrome on the bottom, the emblem, the door, it came out real good. Now, in hindsight, and getting in the back of the car, I neglected to do the back bumper, the red taillights. Might still address that. Not during this video, might still address it. Guys, I think it came out wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I really do. Now, here's something that came up. There's one gentleman, Scott, he wanted to get some stuff from me, and he said he would love to buy some stuff to help me out with the hurricane donations. And I'm not opposed to getting, and I've said this in a few videos, I'm not opposed to, getting rid of some of my stuff. So if anybody wants to make me a offer on something that they see in the collection, let me know. I'm really not opposed to most anything selling off. There's a few things from my childhood that I really don't want to get rid of, but if there's something here that you said, hey, listen, I need that one for my collection, let me know, guys. Let me know. And here's something probably coming in the next video. I haven't touched it since I put it there. You see the yellow Camaro we did? It was a kit, right? And I love it. It was a fun kit. Look at the back tires and the wheel well. Does that seem like it's sitting up higher? You know what I mean? I noticed that a bit ago, and I said, it can't be right, can't be right, can't be right. I grabbed the other Camaro I have, and then I started looking at it, and it doesn't, why is it jacked up? So I'm thinking it's got to be the back screw post, right? It's got to be the back screw post. That's the only explanation for that. So I want to get into that the next video, but I was looking at it, I'm going, why is it jacked up? And I think this, I'll tell you what, the reason I probably did not notice it is when it was, a done project. Look at the angle I'm looking at. I don't see it. I don't see it. So when it was on its side, I'm going, that's not right. And then when I pulled out the tan one, I was correct. So I definitely want to get into this on the next video. Guys, once again, I want to thank everybody. I want to pay homage to everybody. The well-wishings, the texts, the emails, the sincere comments from you guys about the hurricane. It just warms my heart. I was sharing it with my wife, Christy. She busted down like I did. And we had a few crying jags just from your good support, guys. So anyways, if you need anything, I'm here for you. If you want to make an offer on something, we're still trying to create some capital here to get everything handled here. So let me know, guys. I want to be here for you. Any questions, concerns, I'm here. All right, guys, take care. See ya.